Edmond Dede, a black Creole composer clearly recognized for his compositions and his leadership as a conductor. Edmond Dede is possibly the first black composer and conductor of a major orchestra in the American South. His music uniquely developed into concert marches. Dede's music earmarked a new sound for the United States, which contributed the worth of the patriotic music. In today's U.S. history, we celebrate the racial problems that evolved into festivals of great artistic performers, instrumentalists, and conductors who deserve their credit. Today, we celebrate Edmond Dede. Edmond Dede, a free Creole of color, born in New Orleans, Louisiana, November 20th, 1827. His father, who was a military unit bandmaster, who came to the new land called the United States around 1809 from the West Indies. Young Dede began to develop a strong love for music. Growing up in the city of New Orleans, he encountered strange and different looks of life, which encouraged him at the age of 13 to explore the ability of his gift, composing. Dede was fortunate to have violin lessons with St. Charles Theater conductor and Italian-born Lovoco Capacci. Later, young Dede began studying with Constantine de Berg, another free Creole of color, composer and conductor of the local New Orleans Philharmonic Orchestra, founded by free Creoles of color. It was the first non-theatrical orchestra in the city. This even included whites and the 100 instrumentalists. Although Dede loved performing compositions of his own, he would also perform musical works of his favorite composer, Rudolph Kreuser. Kreuser was a French-born violinist from Verlies, France. He's written 40 French operas, 40 etude methods for violin, and the founder of the French School of Violin Playing. His most noted work is La Mort d'Abel. Rudolph Kreuser is best known for the dedicated work to him by Beethoven, the Sonata No. 9 in A major. Dede's greatest educational achievement was studying with Eugene Prevost, a Frenchman and winner of the 1831 Prix de Rome. Prevost was a conductor of Theatre des Orleans Orchestra. Prevost taught Dede counterpoint and advanced harmony. It was assumed that Dede studied harmony with Philharmonic Society conductor and a free Creole of color, Charles Richard Lambert. Not much information on the composer Charles Richard Lambert, but his son, Charles Lucien Lambert Sr., was the childhood friend of Edmond Dede. Born in New Orleans as the son of Charles Richard Lambert and a Creole woman of color, he was trained by his father on piano. As a pianist, he accomplished many compositions and great performances. It's noted that young Lambert and Dede were rivals, but Lambert had an earlier start in securing more publications in Paris. When Dede was 21 years old, he traveled as a musician like any other musician today. He first moved to Mexico in 1848. It's unclear why the sudden move, but sources say lessons with Gabachi ended, and the white hospitality towards musicians of color had him to flee to Mexico. In Mexico, Dede meets Henry Hertz, an Australian French-descended pianist and composer who speaks highly about blacks and their love for good music when visiting New Orleans. It's believed Henry Hertz talked Dede into attending the Paris Conservatory. Meanwhile, in 1851, sources said Dede moved back to New Orleans, where his melodies of Mon Pur Cœur appeared in concert. It was found as the oldest piece of sheet music by the New Orleans Creole of color. Upon Dede's return back to the United States, his life took a different light. He met and fell in love with a French woman, Sylvia Lafette, and had a young boy named Eugene Arcade Dede, who also went on to be a classical musician. He began to work as a cigar maker with the intentions to save money to be able to travel to Europe. Edmond Dede earned the money to move for Europe in the 1850s. It's reported he arrived in Belgium, then on to Paris. He managed to obtain an ultimate successful audition at the Paris Conservatory, which subsequently got him accepted in 1857 at the age of 30. His childhood friend, Charles L. Lambert, was attending at the time and possibly was there before him. After graduating from the conservatory, he had his big break by exploring and touring the other cities of France. Dede has over 34 publication works, mostly are for voice. The others are for orchestra and grand orchestra. He also has a place with his material in the New Orleans Hogan Jazz Archives at Tulane University. Richard Rosenberg, a conductor who celebrates the unknown and unprivileged artists. He celebrated Dede's life and composition at the 2000 Hot Spring Music Festival. The music was performed and recorded by the Hot Spring Music Festival Orchestra. We thank Edmond Dede for his contribution to the world of music and the decorum of which we look forward to in Black heritage. He made many dreams come true for other great artists coming from New Orleans. Edmond Dede is truly a pioneer in the culture, in the music, and in America.